Hiya, this is Kathy Vick, Deeply Awake. I don't like my hair, just a minute. That's better. Yeah, just like me, I'm hacking into my video thing. And so, listen. If you've been following along, if you're one of my faithful readers, which hopefully you are, some of you are, you know that there are times I come to you with a goodbye and a hello, right? When I stopped writing as Deeply Awake and wanted to do Deeply Awake Entangled, well, I wrote about that and explained why, didn't I? And when I decided to write Patrick Hears Voices, my novel, which I explained to those who were following along, it was a novel for people who kind of are like me, sort of vaguely autistic, and I always thought it'd be really cool if there was like a 13-year-old Asperger girl reading Patrick Hears Voices. And she didn't have to deal with any of the nonsense, any of the, what this one girl on this near-death panel experience thing that I went to, she calls it the ugly. And then there's this one guy who can measure in his innate a person's millibels, which are like the good stuff. And then he tells people what to eat so that they have more millibels and they heal. Interesting. So, yeah. So everybody who has followed along knows that every now and then, whoop, she's changing it up again. Whoop, something's happening again. So, yeah, so I went from, I don't know, it doesn't really matter, does it? I wrote Ascension Toolkit, which I figured was just a little pamphlet-y thing, like a chapbook that you could, hand out at freaking yoga festivals and stuff. And, whatever. Charge $1 for it. It's just stuff. I haven't ever reread Ascension Toolkit, and I'm sure it's like I'm just gonna sit there and get blown away, but yeah, it just was written and blah blah, then I move on. And so then I did more Deeply Awake, but just Deeply Awake, and then I decided to spew for 4 weeks, but just for the ones who know about this ascension stuff and who have visions of atoms and understand why I'm so taken by electromagnetic theory and whatever, who are just totally hardcore like me. So there you go. No way I could have produced that amount of work in 4 weeks if I was writing it. You kidding me? And there's no way I was going to live through that over I don't know, 8 months, 9 months. No I've already done 4 years. No, we're gonna step up. We're gonna put the gas to the pedal to the metal. Here we go. And yeah, some things happened. Woo woo. And for those following along, God bless you. There's nothing quite like being naked in front of someone and being found beautiful. And I have people who are following along and who know how naked I come to you with these risky things dense, esoteric as all hell things. I had one person kind of apologetically say, well, I haven't watched all of yours from today. It's like, oh my God, neither have I. It's okay, I still love you. Like that. So, it's astounding. And now I change again. Because I'm changing my expression because I've changed in my core again. And how have I done that? Haven't we gone through that? I have experienced more expansion, right? That's how we roll around here in consciousness. We expand our consciousness, and then we get invitations to contract and to figure out if the same belief structures that we had are still comfortable. And oftentimes they are, and we stay in them, and that's cool. But we're this big now. We don't ever get smaller. We don't ever actually shrink to the contraction again. We're always like this. We're just tinkering and playing and deciding, what fits, what doesn't, what I want to keep, what makes sense, what doesn't. That's what that is, a contraction. And then, and literally I knew I wasn't in contraction, and because with what I've been going through, there's no way that you can't have one. And I always in the middle of expansion go, whee, it's never going to stop. Yeah, guess what? I think that part of the fun of the expansion is forgetting that what's going to come is a contraction. Oh, great. So I was like on the side of my bed crying this morning thinking, when am I going to stop crying so much? Well, probably never. Maybe there'll come a time when it's just not going to be as important to, I don't know, winnow through my issues with tears. But for this morning and for later on, it was like, oh, I feel like I'm dying. I don't understand any of this. And I know that my dad also was very worried and very passionate and very... So... life-changingly loving to me. And I could recognize it finally. I could really see what was going on. And I there's something in me that's just different now, because I'm at peace with so many things, and it's just a matter of the work just sort of culminating with great gifts. Things I could never even have imagined, and that I was scared to do. And I walk among giants, and I write among them too. My sister just started a blog that the kind of quality she's attracting is just unbelievable. And she's going to go so far. And so she and my nephew helped me to really kind of figure out what comes next. Which makes sense. I mean, there was a time when I was living in a cave, right? And I started this whole thing out. Let's just review for old time's sake, because I told my dad, yeah, I'm going to do an ad, but first I'm going to do an essay for the people who love me enough to have or resonate with this stuff. It's not like I'm loved more or less if you're interested in this, but holy crap, it's nice to have an audience. I'm like the most neurotic writer in some respects that you'll ever see. I know as a writer, the only thing that really matters is that I have a reader. Why else am I writing? There's no other reason. And I was so excited about getting play. But I want to just review how cute it is, how it all started. So I have this really sparkly thing happen at the end of October. I think it was October 30th. It was the end of one of the two Mayan calendars. The one closed the 30th of October. The other one closed December 21 of 2012. So I had this big thing, and then I just woke up in this brand new way. But the first time the council came through actually was in 2003, when I was holding an infant in my arms as he was transitioning. And it was very intense, and on that second night, everything got super sparkly, and I physically felt very different. And I was seeing this rainbow mist in this room, and I was seeing heat lightning as I sat in a dark room with a dying baby in my arms. And I've written about it. I don't want to talk about it at length, just to say that that's when this thing came to me and woke me up hard and helped me and let me know that it was around. And they said that they were the council, and they advised me about what I was doing, and they helped me and him, and he died a hero's death. He was a hero. He was a really big soul. And I love him and I thank him for the gifts he gave me. And I'm certain he gave other people as profound of gifts as I received. My Minky. She's so funny. She stares off into space. We're convinced she's an old guru or a time traveler or something. Anyway, so I have all these super sparkly things that happen, and then I get it all wrapped up, and then I'm here. Now what do I do? I don't know. So I sought out and received good counsel from people who love me and are involved with my life in a meaningful way, who are participating and have a stake in what happens not only to me but to the work. But they're not showing up for the work, they're showing up because they love me and they want to protect me and make sure that I know how to protect myself. And they did that. So today, once again, knock, knock, knock. Hey, that Let's Talk About Ascension thing, is that still going on? Oh boy. And then I look at situations and realize, wait a minute here. There are some people who are going to be approaching with more questions than answers for me. And it was Logan who kind of broke through finally. You do remember, have I not said, over and over again, I'm a cumulative thinker. And I do require things repeated to me. So, Dad's going, girly, get on the stick. It's kind of serious. Come on. Wake up. Stop meditating about trees. Don't you know it's important? Well, so I argued with that of like, hey man, off my cloud, dude. Just accept me as I am. And then pretty soon I realized, oh, wait a minute. Hold the phone. This is somebody who loves me enough to get in my face and maybe to do it in a way that's going to make me grab hold of it like a little pit bull until I actually get up off my ass and do something different with my life. Eureka. What better man to do it than a self-proven business genius? Oh my God. Oh, mwah, bravo. It was beautiful. Thank you, Dad. And then Mary and Logan are there to help me so much. They saw this little ad I did, and I listened to it, and I thought it was pretty cool. It was very compelling and really convincing, and I think I probably would have gone and seen me if I'd heard it 10 years ago. Oh, holy crap, there's somebody who knows a couple things. I think I need to talk to her. I got some questions about UFOs and shit. I still would have been there, because it wasn't that long ago, and I was still a little bit confused. So, well, maybe longer than 10, because I stopped seeking counsel a while ago, which is actually part of my problem, but also part of the solution. So anyway, now I'm here, and I realize that Logan's right. I was saying, well, I've got people who are already kind of knocking at my door saying, hi, I want to get to know you. There's no such thing as either or. People who recognize each other are friends already, right? But if you come with more questions than answers, for me, or there isn't that, just there's only a few people I resonate with and that I bring into my physical reality, because I'm really sensitive, and I really need to be around people who have similar experiences to me and who have found success. I have to. So those are some really deep friends of mine. And but I'm always a more the merrier kind of girl. But I can just tell if you're needing answers, then I get to help you in a brand new way, which involves me not living in poverty. Wow. Me not giving away information. Wow. But because he said, well, don't you think I think that you're just devaluating yourself if you don't, charge a consultation fee or something. I mean, just talking to you get stuff, so that's a service. So yeah, like, oh wait, and then I don't know. I mean, I think it takes negotiation. It takes being honest, and it takes making sure no one feels turned away or discounted. But if you need specific information about specific stuff, well then I know I can help you. But that's not what I consider a friendship. That's what I consider a consultation, right? Yeah, that makes sense. So I'm kind of doing this like, ew, must I? But yes, you must, Kathy. Yes, you must. Everyone around you now. There's no one who is arguing about this except you. Got it? Good. So, okay. So, I got a couple of friends from my website who want to talk to me. Cool. And if it's like this mutual sparkly thing, right on. And if it's more like, well, I don't even know what the fuck's going on here, it's like, well, yeah, you're preaching to the choir here. So you want me to have them come through? And then it's something else. It's not really... It's something else. And that's cool. And they can still be my friend. But, yeah. Okay, I can live with that. I can deal with that. I can do that. And I negotiate a few, and then I'm more comfortable, and I don't feel weird about... I've always just gone into an institution, gone cuckoo, or boop, 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 and then magically 2 weeks later, I have a paycheck. And I don't have to do the hand-to-hand combat. It's like, yeah, I'm here. I'm getting paid, so let's rock. And now it's like, ew, I gotta talk about this every time. Ugh. So that's why I've had these people who are just sort of really wonderful and helpful. And thank you, Mary. And thank you, Logan. And thank you, Dad. So, that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop producing. Everyone who knows me from the old days knows. I think I'm going to do a set of Deeply Awake rules, because I do have rules. Just like I have rules about food and about driving and about my keys and blah, blah, blah. Because that's just how I roll. One of the rules is that, you can talk about anything you want, Kathy. Nothing's off limits. Especially the stuff that really is weird. Yep. Do that. That's why we have it. There are no rules. And nothing is off limits at ever. Except complaining about other people, criticizing other people, or reviewing other people's behavior unless it's in relation to how I'm coping and how I'm understanding my reality. And if I'm finding fractals and things, and I'm seeing, because some of my work has been highly relational, well, yeah, and that's going to keep happening, because those things are important. But it's time to be less serious. And that's why this hello, goodbye thing. Because what matters to me is that this information is not ransomed. It really makes me sweat when I see a channel or a teacher go whoop. You'll get to pay. If you want this, you got to pay. Yeah. Well, I just have a problem with that. Now is the time for all of us to be talking about this stuff openly, honestly, without shame. And if people don't get it, well then, family does things for family that other people don't understand. And yes, I'm genetically and by blood family with my loved ones, my family. However, I came in with more than one family. And I have an obligation to my family to assist the way that my intuition tells me, and I have done my job dutifully since 2012. It started with this one. Hey, you guys. Does anybody else have a feeling in their chest like, I don't know, like the sun? Like as hot as a kiln? I don't know what to do about this stuff. Boop! And I wait a couple days. La la. No one loves me. No one hears me. I'm all alone in this shit. Holy crap, someone answered. No, wait, 2 people. What? Oh my God. It was like a revelation. So then, I had this really weird experience in my car, and it freaked me out. I didn't know what was going on, but I knew it was safe, but I knew it was weird. So the second one was, hey guys, has anybody had this happen to them while they're driving? Boop! Wait a couple days. No one loves me. No one sees me. I'm insignificant. I don't really have a place here. I have no purpose. A couple days later. Holy crap. Are you kidding me? Look at that. And I was off. The first essay I wrote was Judas Energy on March 23rd of 2012. And that was after I'd had an amazingly healing event in my living room where I saw the eye of God. And haven't never been the same since. So this near-death experience panel, talk about a life-changing event. Because there were 4 people up there who were aware of the same thing I was. The only difference between us is that, yeah, I've had out-of-body experience that lasts days. I've had near-death experiences. Yeah, quite a few actually. And just watch the vasovagal activation video if you want to just have your hair stand straight up on end, because I went through a hell of a lot of those. And I went through one on Thursday and I went, oh, I'm all weavy. And then I took their advice, got up and turned off the lights, and then roses, I smell roses, it's not stopping, I'm sopping. Boom. I was out like a light. And then I woke up and everything was weird and good. And hello. There's no incense going on here. I'm not smoking. That's just our friend who likes to show up and say hi and show off. I love you. I love you, floaty thing. I love you. You are so pretty. Oh. So yeah, I was starting this. I did a really rockin' one. But then the phone rang. And the reason I'm going to post it, I think, because it's so freaky deaky. It's like every two, it seemed like there were like 4 of them that went poof, and the screen went black, and my chest was going whoa, 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 with something I didn't really recognize. And then poof, the screen kept doing that. And my dad called and some things happened and stuff. So, and I was talking to him, and the screen was going pull, and then it's quieted. But I told him, okay, yeah, later I want you to come to the website. That's good. And what you're going to see is, I think you're going to see some anomalies. The screen's been going boop, and I'm not running the same kind of energy, but I still could do it. It does it even though I don't feel it in my body. And I told him, there's this white floaty thing that comes along. I bet you're going to see it. Wah, wah. That was it. But he may not watch this because he knows that I'm supposed to do. I have my assignment. I have my homework assignment, and it's not this. I told him I didn't tell him this, but I'm a word whore. I'm a whore for my own writing. Are you kidding me? It's my favorite. So if I'm going through a transition, then guess what? I get to take a nice warm bubble bath with my friends who've been with me since 2012, who've been the ones who went, yeah, that happened to me in my car. This is what I think's going on. Boop. And now I'm surrounded by people like that who, like I told my dad last night, I know that you don't know this, but it's probably time you should know it, that, yeah, my friend and I Skype for, I don't know, several hours at a time in the morning over coffee and solve, I don't know, physics problems. And I am wanting to be the one who develops the language of the fifth and sixth law of physics involving consciousness. That's one of my purposes. I also have a purpose of advocating for the mentally ill, because it's a big deal to me. It just is. And it's important that I continue to provide aid for those who are not understanding things, and they're in pain, and they are confused, and they need someone they can go to just get a hit of love and truth and light. And it's not going to hurt, it's not going to be disinfectant, it's not going to be an excision, it's going to be balm. Because, honey, what the world needs now is love. So you bet. 2 a day minimum, but 2 minutes or shorter. Now, for those following along, you know that's a brand new skill. Me filter myself, me edit, when literally I could talk for hours about just about anything. Well, good luck with that, Kathy. But I'm going to do it because I think it's important for people who are not willing, ready, or able to watch an 1 hour and 44-minute video of me doing bizarre things and channeling some people who are like not from around here. No, I think that maybe we can just give that as a homework assignment to the few who are just really puzzling things out. So I'll have transcribed my videos, and I can say, oh yeah, well, you know, before I see you again, probably the thing that you should watch is blah blah blah, and maybe we'll meet 2 times. I'm totally not into putting people it's very crude, but ain't nobody getting put on the tit. No, I do not do Klingons. So the deal is that when you work with me, with them, it's not to develop dependence. Gross. No. If you want to develop a friendship, right on. I'm down. And the first channeler I worked with, the teachers came through, I was like this non-entity. And there are some people I may not want to be friends with, quite frankly, and I withhold that right. I don't have to be friends with everybody. Friend, just so you know, for me, just for me, friend is the most sacred. The most sacred of all non-blood kind of relationships. Friend. Lifeline. Lifeblood. Life partner. I could not have held this energy, and Diane says the same thing about me. Had we not come in together, neither of us wouldn't have done it. Plain and simple. And of course, meeting her and all that stuff that's written, and it's profound. And even though we are often weirdly estranged somehow, I'm not really sure if that's her or me or just like a mutual thing. I'm hoping someday it'll change and we're just like fast friends and always together, blah blah. But there's just been this period of just la la la, but it's always parallel. It's always the same stuff we're dealing with, and sometimes you just gotta go through stuff by yourself. And there are times when I know she doesn't contact me when I'd be helpful, and there are times I don't contact her when probably would be helpful, but we just ride along, and we're partners in a way, not sexually, but she's my friend. What other word is there for that? Well, a lot, but I prefer friend. So that's a mighty thing for me. I'll close with what my mom told me as a girl. She could see that I don't know, that I needed a mommy's advice one day. That's what she saw. So she said, listen, and this is what I tell my son. Here's the truth of it. If you can find one person who really understands you, I mean, on all levels, just gets you, well then, how many of those do you need? Me? At times I've only had one. At times, for whatever reason, I haven't really felt like I had any. And there are times when that was really true, when the people who I loved the most and who loved me the most, we just weren't together. There was one period when everybody went, boop, okay, get it together, girlie, now is your time. Yeah, and then but now, it's dizzying. It's magnificent. It's home, it's home, it's home. It's finally home. And for those who've been following along, you know all too well the lament of wanting to go home and not really knowing where that was. But it drives you mad in a way, and it makes you feel guilty for the way you behave here sometimes and how much you hate it here, because everyone's being so nice and they're trying so hard, but it's just not home. It's just not home. And now it's finally, I'm home in my own skin, in my reality. I don't have an argument with any of it, and I'm so in love with everything, and I am so blessed, and I am home. So if I decide to rearrange the furniture, you know, I know you're not going to mind. The only time my son ever gets mad at me is when I talk bad about myself. And I have one other person in my life who's was like that with me, and it was nice to have that. So to have people who just won't accept the stories that I've been telling myself all this time, that I'm just, you know, not worthy and all that stuff, which is just part of how I was. And I know that people got impatient and stuff, but these are things you just got to figure out on your own. And it's best to have them figured out among friends. So thank you for those who stayed, and thank you for those who left, and thank you for this wonderful ride. So this is my essay. I like to speak now more than I like to write. Isn't that weird? Maybe that'll change, but for now, this is faster. I didn't like longhand. It was too slow. Then I didn't like that. It was too slow. I like this. But I do need to transcribe. So here's the deal. That's what I'm going to call it. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. I'm going to do a couple videos a day. And I'm going to do a little bit of transcription every day. But I need to keep the lights on, man. And I haven't been taking care of myself because I haven't valued my product. So there's going to be exchange prior to transmission, and then I'm going to help people. And it's going to be rocking. And people are going to report good things. Good things. Good things. And then I will get involved with metaphysical bookstores and book fairs and stuff. And I mean, it's good. So you'll be seeing me, but in smaller doses, because that's appropriate at this time. And you may not see me in the written word for a while, but I need to get some things figured out. I need a printer and some patience when it comes to transcription, because it's something I really, really enjoyed doing. I was going to be a court reporter for a while, but it takes getting set up technologically, and then when I come back to you for these little 1-minute videos, they're not going to be like, is that her hair or a plant? And why does she never take her garbage out? And doesn't she know that that's a dirty rag? And what's that over there? And ooh, that's pretty cool. But look at that. It's been like that for a long time. And have you noticed that painting's just not quite right? That one right there, Grandpa, with the bread. It's not gonna be like that. I think I'll do it outside on the patio with I don't know, I'll make it pretty. And I'll maybe attend to my hygiene more, so I'm not coming to you with, hi, this is Deeply Awake, and I have something to say. It won't be like that. It'll just be more like, oh, I don't know, talking about prana or whatever I feel like. And I don't know, you can weigh in. You want Mama to come through, you want me to come through, I don't care. And maybe I don't limit it. And maybe sometimes I come through as somebody who wants to talk about politics. And maybe it's somebody who wants to talk about beauty. I don't know. But it'll be pretty and it'll be nice. It'll be short. And if you want more, you go to my website and read, or you look at the videos, or you contact me and we have really awesome one-to-one time. And you get to the bottom of some of the questions that you've been walking around with that are banging in your brain and you don't seem to have answers for. Maybe these guys do. Look at my life. Well, at least they help me. And have I not always said, another rule of Deeply Awake, I don't talk about anyone else but me. My experience. I get to talk about my experience. And of course, you'll get a variation of that if I talk with you like this. But when they come through, then I disperse and you get them, and what happens, happens. It's a lot to take in. And it's been profoundly fast. And I have been ready. And it's, the timing is divine. Fingerprints of God. My friend Jeffrey gave me that book and said, I hope that's okay to have given you a title like that. I said, yeah, it was okay. His fingerprints are all over me. And I just feel so blessed and so at peace and so ready and so loved and so seen, so recognized, so loved. So I want to thank everyone who pushed against me, who infuriated me, who pointed out my deficits, who made it hard. And I want to thank those who reached in and soothed me and reminded me that there's more than lesson here. There's more than getting it wrong all the time, not having the whole picture. There's more. And it's love. It takes a lot of forms, because really in the end it's all loving, it's all benevolent, and the only reason we're here as human beings is because we are so in love with each other as souls. It's the only thing that makes it coherent. It's the only possible answer for the brutality, for the cruelty, even for the fear and the anger. So I'm in deep gratitude for those who taught me these great lessons. And now we go forward. And I feel brand new. I feel loaded for bear. and I feel completely and utterly self-indulgent and without guilt. Ooh, pleasure shiver. Ooh. So, next I'm going to do a full channel, and I don't know how long. I'm just gonna. Obviously I have my eyes closed. I don't know how long we go. They're gonna go as long as they need to go. So I'll let them come through and do their thing because it's a big day. And then I think I'll end with doing a little ad for my lovely, lovely services. And I want it made plain for all time. I'm not saying, if you hear, hey, I think that what really would work out best is if we did some work together. And this is the price, and this is how I receive, your love donation. But I think the work requires an exchange of energy and a donation of some sort, which is the appropriate legal terms for what I'm due. Yeah, it's a service, but because it's a service, it requires a donation. And so we talk about that, we figure it out, and then we go forward, and we delve into whatever you need to delve into to find some peace. And you test me out, and if it feels good, great. If it doesn't feel good, well, you gave that a shot, right? It wouldn't be the first time that maybe you sought out help, and maybe it won't be the last, but look at me. I'm a patchwork of people who have come in synchronicity and offered me assistance when I needed it the most. And maybe I'm one of those people for you. And who knows, maybe you're one of those people for me. And maybe that's mutual. So why would I ever say no to a friend? That would be dumb. But it's time for the work to begin. With my little granny finger, they wave it. No, they never do that. I do that. They always go, oh, we are so pleased. Oh, we are so happy. And oh my God, they're like bursting out of my chest. They're loaded for bear. So I'm gonna let them come through and do their thing because they're so much fun. I love them so much. And then we'll move on. Then I'll do my ad. So Dad, it's gonna be I'm doing 3 today. So just whatever. I have diarrhea of the mouth. So what? It's my thing. But I'll get that ad up. I promise. Just give me some time. You're eating dinner now, so no guilt. I have a couple hours left. So I'm gonna play. All right. I want to thank everybody who's been a part of my life, and I want to end with this. Okay, it was Thanksgiving, and I think I was like 15, and it was Thanksgiving is like my high holy day. Okay, and I got to say the prayer, and so I did this long, involved prayer. It lasted for like a half an hour, and all the food was cold. And then one night, I remember as a kid, I wanted to say a prayer, and Mom was there, so I said my prayer, and it was quite comprehensive. And because it suddenly seemed really important to thank everybody who I'd ever had contact with. Even the people who were creeps. And so it was this really long, involved thing. And she finally said, let's just shut this down. Did you see that? Let's just shut this down. It's time to go to bed. Because I would have gone, and I want to thank you for the tulips, and the sun is so pretty. And it just was like, oh my God. Will you please be quiet, go to sleep, little girl. That was so funny. Oh my God. So I know I go overboard sometimes. Oh well. My mom let me. Well, until she could probably see me go, and I love my pillow, and I love my mom again, and that's whatever, little girl. We all know that you got a big heart, okay? We love you back. So just get some sleep, because tomorrow's a new day, and I'm certain that that's what my team's going to be telling me, my counsel, my family, my counterparts, my peers. I stand with you today as I stand with my beloved family here and with my extended family from long ago. We are one. And we're ready. Thanks.